Hello, I'm Dennis Ward from Green and Focus. And as you recall, yesterday when I was jogging, I actually saw a refrigerator outside of my door here on Quetta in Sunnyvale. And what I did was I put a GPS tracker on it, one of our tracking devices, and I put it under the refrigerator. Now I want to see where it went. So now, if you notice here on my screen, I have our GPS dashboard. And what I'm going to look at is the monitor. Go into the monitor section here, and it's coming up. Inside the monitor section, we're going to start to look at where this tracker was. We can actually look back a day or so and see where it actually ended up. Because now I went out the next day, and a good thing actually, the refrigerator was gone. So let's find out where it went. So now if we go over here, and if you notice the tracker is here, that's on the network, and if you see highlighted there, I named it, and look, notice the nomenclature I use. It's refrig.quetta. That's where it started. The destination I wasn't sure of. You notice there, I'm going to put the arrow over there again. I wasn't sure, so I said destination question mark, DEST question mark. And then I have the date that I actually started it, and that's the device name. So this is what I have to identify this tracker. So when I go right to my monitor, I go to the location, and I know just which device to look at, because it could be several devices on here, but here just one, it's simple me to find. So I'm going to check it. All right, I select the box, and now the tracker comes up. And notice here, it started, like I said, in Quetta, and now you notice there it ended up on Carl's Road, 301 Carl's Road in Sunnyvale. So let's see what's over there. I'm gonna dive in here a little bit. You can notice, and here it's position. I can look at the position in the update. So the GPS and GSM positioning dates match. Notice there's 9 satellites that's been for the last time that it updated. It was able to get 9 satellites, so it's a great signal, GPS signal, and it's now on the map. So notice here. Where it is. It's at the City of Sunnyvale Water Pollution Control Plant, which is great. That's one of the areas in Sunnyvale for recycling materials, and so that's a good spot for it to be in. And it's a Stevens Creek Quarry, it says here. So that's where it ended up. But when did it go? How did it go? We can find out. So if we go here, and if we wanted to look in a little closer and a little more realistic view, I'm looking at the map view. We can actually look at a satellite view as well. And so notice there, it's a quarry. Looks like a station where they collect e-waste. It's a smart station, they call it. Forgot what the acronym for SMART is. But this is an area where it is, and you notice it's at this location. So how did it get there? Well, let's take a look. We can actually go back. We go and bring up the location again. Look at the map view. And we go here. You notice this back with S. It looks like a kind of a trail here. And so what it is, notice it says playback. So if we hit on this, it will bring us to a page. And in this page, if you notice, it actually will show the activities that have happened today. In fact, it's starting to show what it was doing today. But I want to take it back, let's say a day ago, okay? A day before yesterday. Or let's just say what happened for the week. Okay, starting the 17th to the 21st. What actually happened? Okay, so we're gonna stop that here, and we're gonna replay it. Move there. So if you notice here, it's from the 17th to 21st. So let's see what happened. So we do a search, and you notice here, this shows where the tracker was put, or where the refrigerator started. And you notice we zoom in just a little more. This is right on Blair Avenue in Quetta. Here's Quetta. See the arrow here? And then Blair Avenue is here. So that's exactly where the refrigerator was. That was yesterday. But now let's hit the record button or the playback button. Let's see what happens. And notice there, it ended up about 4 miles away there at the quarry, which is over here. So let's see. So if I hit the play button, notice there was it's starting off there on the 20th, about 1700 hours, which is about 5 or so o'clock. I put it on there and it's doing its thing. Time is elapsing. And what I did was I told it to read every 8 hours. So what we see there, it now is over at the location there at the quarry, and it's playing back to we see it went there, and then finally it went there. Probably it went on Matilda Road, which goes straight out into the quarry area. And so this gives us the complete replay of what happened yesterday to today. So now if I go here, it gives me the start time and end time. It gives me kind of the duration and time. So the location where it is. And so I can get a blow by blow where it actually happened. Let's see what alerts occurred during this period of time. We can go see this little red button that's blinking. I can hit that and actually find out what was going on in this period of time. And if we go back in time here, we see it's always a disassembly alert. And that's where we probably, the first time I put the tracker on to the refrigerator. And so if we go through, it shows the alert time, it shows the alert position time, timestamp, and what we can see here, we can go through, and it's showing the different says it, locations. And if we push on this, it will take us to the actual reports page where it will show actually the locations and the addresses and such. So this is just a quick indicator to show that something did happen, right? So we can actually see that from here. Now, what I would like to do is say, well, how would a report look, right? What is the time stamping over time? Now we said it's every 8 hours. So what we can do is we can go to the reports page, and I had looked at it before, and so I just can go from my tabs. I had opened the reports page. Now, if you look here, I have undefined, meaning I can now change the different dates that I want to see. And I chose January 1st to January 21st, okay, today. And let's see what happened. I chose the actual device, which is Refridge, and you get a list of devices here in this window. And so you can select the device that you want. And what I can do is do a search. And what it will do is bring up the blow by blow, okay, of what happened every 8 hours. So if we look here, we can see this is what we call our parking report. And this shows basically the duration and time and what happened, the start time and end time for the tracker when it was on and then when it went off, and location. So you can see here on the 20th, around 1700 hours or so, this is when I actually started the device. And notice it's in our home, my home office here on Blair Avenue. And then I walked out to Quetta, and put it onto the device. And that was on the 20th, 1700 hours and or so. So I put it on, and it stayed there for a while. You know, to about the next time that it reported, and we can go up, and we notice a few hours later on the 21st at 11:02 when it was reporting again, we notice there that it is now at the Sunnyvale Materials Recovery Transfer Station. And so it has a time-stamped map and or time-stamped spreadsheet. Now, if I want that spreadsheet, if I want to, use it for something else or bring it to do some post-processing, I can actually export this. So notice there's a button here that I'm pointing to. It says export. And I can check in here and it says, okay, it exports. And on open sheets, it's a type of tool that we can use. And then if I hit parse, it will take the data that's there and put it into an Excel spreadsheet so I can download it and put it into a folder or what have you. So it's done. I look at it. Let's see what it looks like. So I'm bringing it up. And what I may have to do is, yes, it came onto another location on my screen. I will select on my screen since we're using Zoom, right? So I can unzoom. I'll stop the share on this particular area, and I will move it to the actual folder or the actual Excel spreadsheet, parking report. There you go. And so notice here it is. And so you notice there, it shows the device name, which I named, right? Let's go and see what we got here. I'll try to open it up a little bit. So we have, here's the report. It has the name. Let's kind of straighten that out. So it has the name and the IMEI number, which is that mutual exclusive number 4, the actual tracker, parking report, and the start date and end dates. And we have the locations as well. And it has X and Y coordinates there. The XY coordinates that you can show up on the map. If we push the button, it'll bring up a map of that location. All right, and then the time durations for the readings that was on the for the parking report, how long it stayed in that location. Okay, so this is what you get in the report. And what we could do is post-process this report. We can overlay this report with, let's say, the alerts report. In fact, let's take a look at the alerts report. Okay, I'm going to now deselect and have a new share back to the dashboard. Okay, so now we're back to the dashboard, and then what I'm going to do now is select the parking report. Okay, so if we go here to the side, we have we just at the parking report, the alerts report. So now we're now at the details of the alert report. Let's say we use the same dates. We go back, let's say, to January 1st to January 21st. Okay, so we got 1 day. We select our device. Okay, save that. And then you have the positions, but we already use these dates. We can actually just use it, use sub devices just in case it's a little more information. And now if we push this, it gives us what happened, like alerts that happen on the actual tracker. And that button that's on the tracker is a little button that actually is its alert signal button. Pull one up for you. And just as a reminder, You know, if the tracker has a little button there, you notice that is the alert button. And so when you actually adhere it to a surface, it pushes down on the actual button and it gets engaged. And if someone pulls it off, it actually sends a signal. Or if it's shaken vigorously or such, it will show up and send a message. It wakes up and sends a message to the dashboard. So right here, we do have some alert signals, and this is probably when I was setting it up. Notice here, you know, on Quetta, that's probably when I put it on to the refrigerator. And now you notice it, you go on for a little further, it has another alert on the 21st, and it's at the location. So possibly when it was put down in that location there in the location there in the recovery center, right? The recycling center. Probably it could have moved, or maybe they took it off, or maybe it actually got processed. Maybe they started to break it down. We're not sure. So usually you'll see this disassembly alert. And so we do see some disassembly alerts, and it was on the 21st. So possibly it was dealt with. So that's kind of how we can tell possibly something happened to the refrigerator at that location, which is a good thing. And probably they looked at the tracker and maybe they processed that too. So this is an example of what happened to a refrigerator, and maybe I'll talk to some of the folks at the Pool Coalition who deal with cooling systems in the world. They actually have a nonprofit organization, part of the UN, works along with them as well. And so, yeah, I think I may talk to them about this and look at our services to track the flow of cooling systems in the world. Okay, so thank you very much for looking at this, and you get a bird's eye view of our dashboard. This is, again, the GPS dashboard for Winley Focus. All right, thank you very much.